question, of course, was it priced too low? Is the government shortchanging the taxpayer?
I think it ended up starting off, I think, much higher than even maybe the most positive amongst us expected. So that argument is still going to carry on, I think. You know, when you've got it jumping at a 30% premium to the offer price, it does look like it got away a little bit on the cheap.
We've got to let it settle, though, of course, don't we? I mean, everyone's talking this up this morning. How long do you think before we can see a fair price for this?
I think it will be interesting to see where it is, you know, this time next week when the unconditional trading ends. You know, maybe the trade we're seeing today, there has been a lot of, not hype around this, but massive expectation about how well it was going to do. Even ahead of the open, there were 65 million buy orders in the order book versus 2 million orders to sell. So right from the start of today, there's been that pressure there to push it higher. And I think you're right, we need to give it time to settle. In a week's time, let's see where it's trading and whether it's got the same valuation.
Judging by the buying on the dips that we've seen so far today, how much higher could this go, do you think?
It's a good question, and it's a little bit of a crystal ball question, that one, but maybe the way to compare it is comparing it to some of its peers. And if you compare it to Deutsche Post, sorry, it's not trading on the same sort of PE as Deutsche Post, but then, you know, maybe it doesn't deserve to just yet. You know, Deutsche Post is an established, successful, streamlined business. There's maybe some way for Royal Mail to go until it gets to be a serious competitor with them. So I think, you know, maybe the serious upside from here is limited short to medium term until we start to see what this business looks like post-flotation.
And when we start to see what this business looks like, and if there is a call to strike, how low could this go?
I'm sure. I think that has been factored in. You know, we do know there are various industrial problems around the Royal Mail. Hopefully, with the injection of fresh funds, they can hopefully, you know, look to improve the business. Maybe they end up with a happier workforce. Fingers crossed. I don't think we'll see the share price crater if there is the threat of industrial action. You know, I think people have gone into this with their eyes open. They don't think it's necessarily going to be plain sailing from now on in. You know, as far as the workers there are concerned.